Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to the first episode of my new Civilization 5 Vox Populi Let's Play. As usual, we'll start with a look on the mods that I'll be using, and then we just go through all the setups and figure out the other things. So, which mods are we using? As usual, the Vox Populi mod pack, and on top of that I added one new mod, but this is nothing major. It just makes looking for trade routes easier. It adds some filtering options, and we'll check that when we are in the game. Just a quality of life mod. The Vox Populi patch, I will be using the version from the 27th of February 2018, which is pretty significantly different from the patch I've been using for the previous Let's Plays. The previous version we are playing with was the 15th of December 2017, and since then there are some really noticeable changes in the game to multiple like basic mechanics in the game. I'll go through that as we get into the game, but this affected my decision about what I want to play and how I want to play it. I'll also get that later. So let's set up the game, go to advanced setup. I already prepared some things. So we'll be playing as Shaka because Shaka got the most votes. It was actually quite a long time ago, maybe even like 3 weeks ago, I started voting for the civ we'll be playing with. This time it wasn't as one-sided as it was for the previous Let's Plays. There it was basically just the Celts and Byzantium. This time almost everyone had different suggestions, and not only about like civs that you want me to play, but also about how you want me to play. So it wasn't easy for me to choose what exactly to do, but in the end Shaka got the most votes, so I decided to go with him. And another reason why we decided to choose Shaka is because I want to test the new warmongering mechanic that's in the game. As I understand it, it's something like the more aggressive you are, the more likely it is that the AIs will like start grouping up against you and will get bonuses against the aggressor. There already were some bonuses against aggressive AIs before in the game, so I don't know if they just added up even more on top of that or if it changed somehow. And also another thing is the AI should be better now, so like the army composition the AIs are using should be better, and overall the saves should be smarter. So I want to test all of this, and yeah, Shaka seems to be a good choice for that. I also wanted to check all of his unique promotions for quite some time and test how broken he really is, because as you know, I'm usually having a pretty hard time when I'm fighting against Shaka on equal terms with other saves, right? So we will see how strong he really is when he is in the hands of a player. As for the saves that we'll be playing against, I went through the list and I chose the saves that we haven't seen yet, or like we've seen them only once, but I think most of them, I think all of these, all the way to Rami, I think, were not in our games before. And not sure about William. I think we had him once in the game, and he was somewhere in like between hills, so he couldn't really expand properly. So I chose these manually, and I added 4 more on top of that because you'll be playing on quite a large map, so I wanted to add even more saves. We'll be going with 20 city-states. This time I won't be decreasing their number. Again, the map will be quite large, so I think they can, or we can fit all of this on the map easily. And I will change things a little bit this time. No Pangea or continents. I'll go with the Great Plains Plus. I've never played on this map. I don't even know how it really looks like. I think it's just the land without any sea, maybe some small lakes. And that's what I want. I don't want any naval warfare this time. The naval warfare is usually like the decisive thing later in the game. The AI can't really fight with ships properly. When you build a strong navy, you gain a complete control over the coastal regions, and the AI can't really fight that. So I want to remove that from the game and really only fight on land. So that's one, or that's the reason. And also, well, it's a different map type I haven't seen yet, so let's test it out. I don't even know the difference between Great Plains and Great Plains Plus. I guess map generation will be a little bit better in the Plus version. I don't really know what the exact difference will be, so yeah, we'll just figure out as we get into the game. A large map, so it's not the largest option, but because there should be no sea tiles, it gives a lot more room on the map where you can expand, right? So this will be, I think, comparable to like huge Pangea. No, that's the size, difficulty, that of course, marathon, and we'll be starting an ancient era, no difference there. All victory types, and for the advanced options, events, yes, and I will go with bad events this time, because even though they can be annoying, if I turn them off, we'll be missing some important events, especially when we drop to negative happiness. We wouldn't get punished without these events, and in the previous two Let's Plays, I could drop to really low happiness, even below -20, with like no consequences, and with bad events I'll be forced to like play better and avoid these situations. No ancient ruins, no tech brokering, usual stuff. Quick combat, quick movement, raging barbarians, transparent diplomacy, all the usual stuff. Okay, so I think we can start the game. And we'll see what we get. Also, another reason for the Great Plains is, on Great Plains, we shouldn't get the usual starting location that I rely on quite heavily. Like capital city starting in forests and jungles, and then I take the advantage of that. So I wanted to avoid it, and we can already see that it really is just plains with some hills, no forest at all. This could force me into a little bit different decisions, especially we don't have any like a forest or a jungle that we can settle on and get the extra production on turn 1 from that, so that will slow us down a little bit. But let's just first focus on our unique ability, unique unit, and unique building. Our unique ability just boosts our units, right? Melee and gun units are 50% or cost 50% less maintenance, and all require 25% less experience for promotions. With pretty high experience requirements for promotions that is now in the game on marathon pace, this is a very significant reduction, so our units should be leveling up much faster than anyone else is. Then we have your military is 50% more effective at intimidating city-states, and you receive 25% more yields from demanding tribute. I'm usually not interacting with city-states that much, but in this case, I will try it. Just try to use all these intimidations and see how effective it can be when done properly, especially when it's even supported by the unique ability. So that's that, and our unique units, well, Impy, replacement for Tercios, one of the scariest units that you can have in the game. When you can get them early and they'll just spam out Impies, there is pretty much nothing that can stop them. So one of the most OP units. And then we have, I don't know how to pronounce this, Ikanda, probably, Ikanda, I don't know, I'll just pronounce it Ikanda. Replacement for Barracks, so quite an early unique building. And compared to Barracks, gives unique promotions to all melee units, so these are the unique promotions I want to see in action. It should be 3 unique promotions, but we'll check that out once we get them. And what else? Increases the military unit supply cap by 2. I'm not sure if Barracks have 1 or if they have 2. That might be a small difference, and I think it is. I'll actually check Barracks when we get into the game. And also, I think that Barracks don't have the +1 culture. Oh, and now when we are talking about Barracks, there is the first change in this version of Vox Populi. Barracks has been nerfed. They don't give 2 scions anymore, only 1. So the nerf counts for the Ikanda as well. And I think we can now enter the game. Before we just... or before we start really playing, let's check those barracks. Yeah, no culture, and the unit cap is only +1 from barracks, so I was right. Anything else? Yeah, the culture and the promotions. Okay, so it's a pretty significant difference and a huge boost for the unique building compared to the normal barracks. When we check the area around, I want to see as much as possible. So let's go this way. Oh, there is a forest. Huh. Let's turn on yields, because that's another difference. Most of the yields from luxuries were changed. So I'm not sure what exactly we will be getting here, so I want to see it. But I think that like the really significant changes were only to luxuries that need plantations and camps. So maybe gems and silver stayed the same. Let's move this way, that's for sure. I want to start on a hill. Like, that's the obvious thing. But now the question is, do we delay our capital by 1, 2, 3 more turns and start here on the forest? Because we would still get all the luxuries, possibly some more here. But that will also mean that we won't be starting next to the oasis, so significantly slower start for the capital. There is like no food around this tile. It's on the river. It's the forest that gives us the extra production immediately, but we'll have like no growth. Here we would also have the wheat, so let's actually end the turn. And I will check how exactly does it look like around here. Starting next to a mountain, but that doesn't really mean much in Vox Populi. Just need to have mountains within 2 tiles of the city for the Wanderers. Also, I definitely want to be on the river, right, for the Slater Mill later. So we have all of that no matter where we go. So the decision only is, do we want to speed up the production with the forest, or do we want to speed up the growth? If we speed up the growth, we are speeding up the production as well by getting more citizens faster, right? From this tile, we like never grow. There's only one tile with food, and there's like no food. One food really is nothing. I think we have to stay here and just sacrifice the production from the forest. And by this is like the first time I see a desert forest. I just realized we have desert forest hills. I don't think I've ever seen a forest on a desert. Might be something with this map that's doing weird things. Also, another reason why to stay here is that it will increase the chance that we'll have like horses in the range like here on plains, right? Okay, let's settle on this hill. Yeah, I'm not getting the immediate production, but in this case, I think it's better to sacrifice it, go for the growth. We will grow in what? 14 turns. That is really decent. And if we want to get the religion in this game, we have to start with Shrine and really go hard on faith. That will delay our first social policy, which is a bit of a problem. I think I'll just have to risk it and go monument first, so that we get the social policy and we can start farming barbarians. And just hope that will be enough. The problem is that it's 40 turns for the monument. Well, let's do it. Yeah, that's the problem when you don't get the production from starting on a jungle or a forest. Okay, research. Well, I have to start with wheel because we need a council after like the usual start, right? Monument, shrine into council, so that we get the little bit of extra science. There is no question about that, and we need to get pottery after that to start expanding. After that, we will see. I'm not sure if I go for pyramids after that, because there are quite a few requests that if I could try to change like progress through the tech tree, but I'm not sure that I can afford to do it, especially not in this game when I'm testing how much Vox Populi changed in the recent months. Okay, next. I don't want to go this way, so hopefully we'll find something on this side. I'm surprised how hilly the terrain is. I expect that it would be just really flat, with basically nothing than plains and grasslands. Maybe a hill here and there, but not mountains everywhere. Okay, more barbarians. Oh, hello, city-state. And the city-state with a natural wonder. And the Grand Mesa is a really good one. Another city-state. Ah. This is why I don't like to have a city-state on the main map. Because I definitely want to get the wonder. Not sure if I can do it without conquering the city-state. I'll just keep going. I want to meet this city-state as well. And what is this one? Are they both? Yeah, they are both militaristic. We could work with that. Because they will start fighting very soon. They could just conquer one of them and ally the other one. We'd probably ally with Belgrade. They are what? Neutral? These are neutral as well. They have cotton and... let's check. Ooh. Oh. We could get Chukonu from Hanoi. Let's think about the combination. Chukonu with Impi. That's pretty disgusting. Here, command riders, I'm not really a big fan of those. But I'd rather conquer Hanoi, because that would give us control over the one there. Oh, we'll see about that. Let's just try to find our first worker. We need the worker, like, right away. Not really. There's just one tile that we can improve immediately. Another city-state. Damn. City-states everywhere. What is this? Extra culture is useful. Egypt, where are you? Yes, I went the wrong way. And Harald, coming from this side, but it's already what, turn 10, so it doesn't tell us much. Come on, end the turn. Another city-state? Well, this will be a problem, because it significantly limits our options for expansion. Can't expand this way, really. So the only option that we have is to go this way. Unless I just conquer all these city-states, and I don't really want to do that. I was hoping that I'll be able to just intimidate everyone around me. Okay, and we have a Jerusalem on this side, so that just leaves us with this direction. I'll just turn off the yields. Okay, that's better. Now we can see the yields around our capital properly. I think we just go for the gems. We won't be growing basically this way. But what's the difference in the production? Only 3 turns, that's not much. It would give us the extra 1 gold so that we would get our units out faster. But that's also not that significant. Well, let's just work 1-1 tile. This time it is better probably than anything else. I really see a jungle tile? Oh, just 1 jungle tile. In the middle of nowhere. Okay, this looks a little bit better. Don't see any city-states yet on this side. You can see it on the minimap. This circle of city-states. There's another one. Oh, this is bad. I was thinking about reducing the number of city-states on the map. But I was like, this will be a large map. Let's just go with 20, which is the normal amount for this map size, and even add some more saves. There should be enough room for all of this, and I was wrong, it seems. Found our first neighbor to the north. Sweden. Let's try to find their worker. I think we are way too late. Worst case scenario. Oh, we have Attila in the game. That's the first save that I didn't put into the game manually. Okay, they are already done with the only farm they can build, so the worker will stay in the city for quite a while now. May even force me to steal the first worker from a city-state, and with so many barbarians, the city-states will be focusing on units first, so we might be talking about the first worker around turn 70. We still could find someone here. Uland is starving. No, Uland shouldn't be starving. We've killed the barbarian. And is this really a sea? Oh, it's the edge of the map. Okay. This is what I wanted, just 100% land map. But this definitely doesn't look like plains to me. This is just... Plains are only here, the rest is just hills and mountains. Also, forests everywhere. I have to say that I'm quite disappointed. I expected something else. Okay, edge of the map here as well. So we will have to gain control over this side of the map. And then we'll be like in the corner. We'll be safe from two directions. And then we'll expand south and the east. From what we can see, can we already decide on the second city? Maybe here, halfway between Ulundi and Stockholm. Because, of course, Sweden will be our first target. 3, 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's like almost ideal distance. It would be in the range of the wine, gems. Wouldn't be in the range of the wheat. But we can start the city here then, get the wheat and gems. Yeah, I think this will be 1 and 2. Plus, it depends on when we discover here. Two. I think here will be another city. It's a little bit farther away from Ulm than I would like to be. Is this a hill? It is. This will be better because then we'll have these gems in range. And Monopoly on gems is not bad. 10% extra gold is quite decent, especially later in the game. Hopefully Sweden expands in this direction first. Okay, where do we go from now? From here? This way. Okay, another tile with gems. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think if we get these 3 tiles, we will secure the monopoly. If not, then this is the tile that will give us the monopoly for sure. Just have to get the first settler as soon as possible. This is really just a race between us and Sweden, because I'm pretty sure they will go this way. I could just send the first few warriors this way. We know that the AIs can't get a settler before like a turn 68-ish. Because from the replays, we know that the first saves that start the second city do it around turn 70, 71, which means they get the settler like usually 3 or 4 turns before that, right? The settlers need some time to get into the location where they start the city. So we can just keep an eye on the timer, and around turn 65, to play it safe, send like 2 warriors this way. Oh, speaking about warriors, there is one change. Warriors are cheaper. They are not 260 anymore. They are 210. So I actually fucked up here. The warrior should have been up much earlier. Well, get him now. And what do we have? Trade round. And what's the other thing? Defeat barbarians. I don't want defeat barbarians. I want destroy barbarian camps. That's the quest we are looking for. And here we have I want you to demand tribute from Wittenberg, and we would get what? Experience for all military units. Holy moly. And gold. Bratislava, Jerusalem, and Wittenberg. I was checking if there was a name twice. Like we would demand tribute from a city-state, and we would get 2 rewards from that. Well, we first have to get more units. Can't demand anything right now when the city-states are basically stronger than we are. I think we'll try to focus on these quests. Okay, where do we send the warrior? We have what? We have, let's say 30 turns. How long is it gonna take to get the second warrior? 20 turns? 22 turns, something like that. I think I have to send the Pathfinder down. We have to kill some barbarians, destroy their camps, so that we get more gold and get the second warrior up faster. Because I want to have 3 warriors by the time Sweden gets their settler. And I think we'll just ignore workers. We'll just get the first worker by capturing Swedish settler. Okay, monument is done, so shrine next. And there's nothing interesting to the south. Okay, let's send the Pond Finder into friendly territory for some healing. This will be all for the first episode, I think. As usual, it's more like an introduction of the Let's Play and checking the area around our capital so that off camera I can think about city locations. In the next episode, we'll start fighting, and now when we know, or when you guys know what we are playing with, how the area around the capital looks like, if you have any suggestions or if you want to see something specific during this Let's Play, let me know. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to do all of it, but I always welcome like more ideas about what we can try or what you would like to see to make the Let's Play more interesting. So I'll be looking forward to your comments. I hope that you liked this episode. I hope that this Let's Play will be interesting for you. And I also hope that you're gonna join me for the next episode. Until then, have a good time. Bye-bye.